Things you need to know before switching to Linux. In this video, we will go over some of the things you will need to know before you decide to take the plunge into the world of Linux. Let's say you're a Windows or Mac user who wants to migrate to Linux, for whatever reason that may be. You could have multiple reasons to switch to Linux. However, it is important to be informed before making the switch, as there are some things you need to know. Firstly, not all applications for Windows and Mac OS are available on Linux, and while a ton of great free and open source equivalents exist, they can't always perform certain tasks that the paid-for proprietary software can. Sometimes it also lacks more advanced features. Take Microsoft Office for example, it still has some more advanced functionality than say LibreOffice. Secondly, hardware support on Linux can be a hit or a miss, and depending on the distribution you choose, it may or may not run smoothly on your existing hardware. If you have a less powerful PC, it's better to go with something like Ubuntu or Linux Lite, as these distributions are specifically aimed at lower-end hardware. Meanwhile, a PC or laptop from 2010 onwards should be able to run just about any Linux distribution out there. Thirdly, you're relying on a community rather than a company for support, so it can be more difficult to troubleshoot problems on Linux. However, it's not impossible. You just have to find the right information and solution to your problems. Some distros such as Ubuntu are backed by Canonical, so there's an exception to the rule. Regardless, you get fantastic support and help, and Canonical offer heaps of great services such as LivePatch. So if you want the best support possible, perhaps Ubuntu is the best distribution to start off with. However, my personal recommendation, especially for Windows users, is Linux Mint, as it is one of the easiest distros to set up and use. It works well even on older or less powerful hardware. Mint also comes with some great free and open source software pre-installed, such as LibreOffice. It's a community-driven distribution, in case companies backing Linux distros is a concern for you, and Mint is based on Ubuntu, so it will be compatible with the large amount of free and open source software written for most Linux distributions. And if you need Windows software on Linux, forget about it. Just find a free and open source replacement or equivalent that's just as good, if not better than the proprietary software. Since running Windows software on Linux often comes with its own set of disadvantages, it's better to use native software. And hey, it's free. Who doesn't like free? Some other things worth mentioning are the fact that Linux is a fundamentally different operating system to Windows, so while it's free and open source, and you get to have things the way you see things fit, you will miss out on some proprietary software or games. As the market is Windows, that's where everything has been for the longest time. Even Mac doesn't have as large software library as Windows, and with Linux, the amount of free and open source applications available works out to be around 10 million or so applications. There is probably even more than that, but you get the idea. So, are you planning on switching to Linux? If so, why? What makes you want to switch to Linux? Let me know down in the comments section below. Alrighty, that's it for this video folks. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.